So this is going to be the roundup of my first round at the EuroPro event at Moor Allerton, but I'm going to loop it back round and start at the beginning of the vlog. I think it needs context.
Got to check out my new desk lights.
Finally down at Moor Allerton, traffic did ease in an eventual manner, if that makes any sense. And I'm just walking over here. This is the last 9 here at Moor Allerton, and they've actually dug this out and are filling this water hazard up. You can just see the pipe down there filling up, especially for the EuroPro. So there's a par 5, and any approaches that come up short, they're going to pitch and then roll back down, which is nice of them. It's a little bit colder, a little bit windy here than it was the other day, so it's going to be good to go out and see what the course is like in the new conditions. Greens also look much slicker, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they're like as well. I've got my caddy for the week, Lee Grimes, coming down, hopefully as well, just if he can get away from his house, and then going to go out and have a little bit of a knock, have a little bit of putting practice first, and then head out. I'm walking down the first here, and thankfully, caddy for the week, Lee Grimes. How are you doing, buddy? Okay?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I am absolutely wonderful. Now, Lee has promised, he said, listen, if you want to know your way around this course, there's only one man that you should go to.
Yeah.
But he's not available. So if you want me to come caddy, and that's awesome. Now, Lee's been a member. How long have you been a member here for?
4 years.
4 years. 10 handicap.
Yep.
10 handicap, but plays, I think, a little bit lower than that. I played a few holes with Lee the other day, and he knows these greens as though they're a long-standing family member, and that excites me.
Yeah, it's a long-standing family member who 3 putts a lot.
It's the source of all life. It's the source of all life. I'm not what you think you are. You gotta know the truth, because the truth will set you free.
Just left Lee, not like abandoned him, he's going home. I'm just continuing to play a few more holes before heading back. I'm just going to nip round the front 9, so the middle 9 here, and then probably head back to Manchester. I just want to miss the traffic. May stay and do a little bit of putting practice on the green that they've got here, because it is very nice. I played pretty well. I've not actually done my score. I'm not exactly sure what I was. I think I was about level par with the 18. I'm going to score myself again on this 9 just to see how I get on. And I love the greens here. I absolutely love the greens. They are tough, but if you get the right line, then they're going to go in, because they're so pure. I'm really excited to put on these greens, and my stroke feels so much better as well. It's hopefully a cunning combination. It's now Tuesday. I drove back from Leeds last night, and I've come down with something, unfortunately. I've been up most of the night, and let's just say there's some sure signs that I'm not very well. I'm feeling a little bit better this morning. I've just got some fluids on board, and just gonna have a quick nibble of something. See how I get on from there. I'm gonna do some work and just see what my tea time is tomorrow. I feel exhausted, absolutely shattered. So, on the plus side though, I do have Buddy who's keeping me company. You're looking after me, aren't you, buds? Got home, and I'm just going to shoot Tech Tuesday, and then head over to Leeds. I've got a hotel not too far away from the course, actually. It's only about 15 minutes drive, which is good. So I'm going to head over there tonight, just so I can get a good night's sleep, hopefully, and then get ready for tomorrow morning. It's a little bit annoying. I'm not managed to been able to do any real practice today. To be fair, I've only really been out of bed for the last... There's no clock on my camera. Not long, anyway. That dog was not my dog. By the way, I was staying over at a friend's house last night and looking after the pet. What was I? It is that time for the hotel room tour. I've got to the Mercure Hotel, which is in Headingley, which is just outside Leeds. We've got a bathroom. God, I thought I didn't have a shower. Bathroom, sink, and some toiletries, which is good because I don't think I actually brought any. I've got a room. I've got 2 single beds, which equals into 1 big double bed, which is lovely. And I've also got what looks like a bit of a balcony. Well, okay. Check out my view. So I'm gonna just get some sleep and get up early-ish in the morning, hopefully get to the club, do a little bit of practice and warming up beforehand. Like I said, I've not really managed to get anything done today practice-wise, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's just the way it is. I'm shattered. I'm absolutely knackered, so sleep time and then hopefully be at it for tomorrow. Right, see you in the morning. Good morning from a rather grey and mysterious looking morning here in, I think this place is called Adele, I think it's pronounced, which would be nice. I don't know why. So another rough night last night. I had to get up quite a few times again. I feel better, I think, but I'm just really tired. I'm exhausted. I don't really know what to expect from today and tomorrow now. I'm just gonna go out there and enjoy it, really, just relax and see what happens. That's the only thing I can do, really, considering. So I'm going to head over to the course. It's pretty early, it's just before 7 o'clock. I'm teeing off at about 10 to 9, so I'm going to get up there, have a bit of a practice, grab a couple of drinks, definitely not any coffee, don't need anything upsetting my stomach too much, and a little bit of food as well. I'll try and get down. So yeah, that's the context to today's round, and now let's talk about today's round because we have to. So today didn't exactly go to plan. To be fair, this week just hasn't gone to plan so far. I shot a 79 today, which is +8, and overall, you know, I just wasn't with it today. I just wasn't at the races. So I'll talk you through these stats. They're not actually perfect because I didn't input them right after the round and I saved it before I could edit them, which was a little bit silly. But generally going into today, I was actually feeling not well, but I wasn't feeling too bad as far as nerves or anything like that. I actually felt relatively comfortable when I teed off. Hit a great tee shot down the first, hit a decent second in, a little bit of a bad iron shot, which we'll get into in a moment. I did 3-putt the first green though. Now, when you first put a 3-putt a first green, this is what I'm like to know. When you 3-putt a first green, you know, it doesn't set a great tone for the day. But to be fair, I actually didn't feel that bad because I'm pretty comfortable on those greens. I feel I know where they're going to be breaking. I feel I know the roll, and it actually didn't bother me too much. So I gathered myself, hit a great tee shot off the next. Just missed a putt for birdie on the next, just broke a little bit more, hold a good putt for par on the next. So I was fine. I was where I wanted to be as far as my stroke was concerned. It was after the next, which is a par 3. I had a great tee shot on the line that I wanted, but it didn't turn in as much as I wanted, and it just finished high and right of the green on the first par 3 on the fourth, which, if you've ever played Moor Allerton, if you finish above the holes here, it's just a nightmare. So there's a bit of mismanagement of course management, and I did end up getting up and down, made a 4, but it was on the next where things just bit back at me a little bit. I was knackered anyway. I've not had much sleep over the last 2 days, and the fact is I've not. I don't want to get into the gory details of this too much, to be honest. But I've been awake for, you know, if you've ever had something wrong like a bug, you'll realise why. Up so much in the middle of the night, and basically I was empty, so I was starved of food. I managed to get some food down this afternoon finally, but and actually maintain it. So I've not actually managed to eat anything over the last couple of days, and it really started to show because I just wasn't thinking through my shots properly. And when I got to the par 5, first par 5, it's a short one, it's easily reachable in 2, but I hit a terrible tee shot. I tried to almost save it last minute with my hands, and I blocked it out to the right hand side. Ended up having to take a penalty, ended up with a 7. So already after those 5 holes, what do you think? 5 holes, I'm already 4 over. Now from there, I just couldn't get my head clear. I could not get my mind where I needed it to be, and I hit some really weird shots. Some really weird shots. So off the tee, I actually, stats wise, which is correct off the tee, I managed to hit in total 78% of fairways. Now that's pretty good on the face of it, but the way I was striking those shots and whereabouts on the fairway I was positioning those balls, it wasn't fantastic. I think I probably hit 2 really good drives all day, and they were on the last 2 holes actually. So my tee shots really weren't that great, but they were managing to find in and around the fairways. But when I missed the fairways, I missed them by a long way and put myself in trouble. The massive problem today was just iron shots. Oh God, my iron shots today were terrible. They were absolutely all over the place, especially when I started to get into the back 9. I just had no real control over where the ball was going. So a couple of real standout points. I tell you what, this is probably the best standout point as far as today's round was concerned. On the 14th hole, I hit a good drive. It's basically you have to slice it around the corner, so that was a good drive, to be fair. But then my next shot was only 130 yards away, into a little bit of wind. Ball was above my feet. Now if a ball's above your feet, you know that it's going to move to the left hand side, but for whatever reason in my head I thought that the wind was coming into slightly off the left, so I thought, you know what, I'll just aim this a little bit left and then try and cut it back in off the slope, and ended up pulling it into the left hand bunker and then didn't get up and down. It's that type of thought process, that type of thinking, which really dragged me down today. Lee, who was caddying for me, he was awesome. He really did pull me through, and certainly the guys who came to watch, again, thank you so much. It really did mean a lot. And if I'm honest with you, when I got to about the 12th, 13th, if I was playing on my own and it wasn't a comp round, I would have gone in. I was shattered. I just couldn't really think or anything. It was horrible. I never really felt like that on a golf course from what I can remember. So it was a bit of a nightmare, all told. I did actually manage to hold a good birdie putt on 16 and then 2 good par putts, 17, 18, to get myself that 79 score. So at the end of the day, it actually could have been a lot worse. But yeah, on the greens, I just wasn't thinking clearly, same as my iron shots, and I just wasn't striking it. So it was a bit of a mess of a day, really. Tomorrow is a new day though. Hopefully I'll get some sleep tonight, get a bit of food, and be up and at it tomorrow. To make the cut, I'm probably going to have to shoot, I don't know, someone next door. I'm going to have to shoot about, I don't know, 7, 8 under. So pretty much a reversal of today's score, but you know what, it was, anything's possible. I'm just going to go out and enjoy it and try and strike the ball again. That's all I really want to do. So guys, thank you so much for watching. To the guys who came along to watch, thank you so much. Again, you really did help push me forward, because I was flagging in a massive way. It's hard to judge today's performance in many respects, because I just wasn't, the best way I can describe it is I didn't feel that I was there, if that makes sense, in many sense. So it's hard to judge my performance. Certainly the way I'm thinking, my pre-shot routine needs work, so I'm doing it all the time, even when I'm not feeling great. But apart from that, it's just a case of going again tomorrow, seeing where I end up. But yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for following me on this quest as well. I'm going to just edit this, try and get some food, and then go to bed. Life on tour. It's crazy times. Bye guys.